Hello everybody, welcome back. We have the Discord overlay. I'm ignoring that. But we are officially at our semi-detached and I've done a little bit of staging here, decorating. I also changed out the light. I hated that other light that we had. And I have found another circular light that I actually like. I forgot about that. So I've been going through and trying to find stuff. And we've got coat rack, some pictures. This is a crashing wave, which I think is pretty cool. And yes, I found the basket weave. Thank you. I think it was Moving Target told me about the basket weave. It's only available on certain items, so I have used it on that. And we've got a couple more bits and bobs in here. I did take the metal bit of the fireplace out and down, and damn, look, do you see that spot there? I missed that spot. Let's just get that spot. The fireplace is not perfect, but we have the illusion of fire in it, so I'm not going to argue with it. And I like the bits and bobs that we have on this little shelf unit here. We have lights, as you can see. I'm leaving them off because otherwise they just flicker and irritate me. I have tried so hard to get the settings right in the game. So we've got a bit done here. I haven't completed the dining area yet. I have taken a few of these and put them on the wall over there. And I've brought the bulrushes through because they always grow close or in the water, so I thought that would be a good idea. But knowing me, of course, we have other plants as well. These pictures I got from Unsplash. They are actually water drips, and I think they're gorgeous. I really, really like them. And of course we have a couple of odds and ends around. I think it looks pretty good. I also have used the cloud. It's the sort of second newest wallpaper pattern, and put that onto the cushions because I actually think that looks almost like water ripples. So we have now got curtains up. We have a table that sort of works well in this area because of the white. I think copying that onto the table is perfect. And now you can see our plants. Always plants. Always plants. Now, for chairs. I'm probably going to be boring because I don't want anything with too much, I don't want anything too heavy, if that makes sense. So I like that chair, but I think with all the wood on it, it's going to be too heavy. I also like this chair, but the legs are clunky. That one's not bad. Let's play with that one and see if we go with maybe the oak base. Do we want white? Ugh. Why am I there? Go back. That's fairly close to oak. It doesn't detract from the oak. Can we? Yes, we can. Why am I even trying that? Okay. We have full oak legs. That will work. And then I'm thinking something soft, maybe. Or maybe even this sort of gravelly texture. And here we can maybe go in the dark blue. See what that looks like. That's not bad. It works with the color in the kitchen if the lights are on. I suppose I should put the lights on, shouldn't I? There we go. It's not bad. It's slightly darker than the curtain, which actually works. Okay, if I wanted to change you to a... I don't want fluffy. I don't want leather. That takes it down. Can you see the color change in the chair as soon as I do that? That's suede. Okay, that's interesting. I like that color. Let's see. Because we have introduced the lines here, that actually looks quite nice. We've got, again, the lines on the walls with both the wallpaper in inverted commas, which is fabric, and these things. That actually looks quite nice. The other alternate would be to take that and put it on there. I think it's too messy. It doesn't read as well. If we do that, should we perhaps use that on there? Or do we go down a shade? We just go down a fabric, and that will make it slightly lighter. No, we're going to have to go down a shade. We want all the shades of blue? I don't think so. What do you guys think? It reads very nicely. Both colors. That sort of is lighter there, so that pulling it together, whereas this is slightly darker here, so the light furniture is pulling it together. I don't know. Let me know. What do you think? I quite like it. The other thought process I have is doors. Should we paint the interior doors? Because obviously the exterior doors have to remain the same, but we can lighten up the interior doors. Let me know about that as well. Alright, what should we put on the dining room table? Would be nice to put perhaps a tray with something. Maybe we should go for glass. Maybe not. Maybe light wood. Or maybe the oak, which we brought in various areas. And then we can maybe just put a couple of odds and ends on the table. perhaps a couple of candles and a plant. Or we can go for something that is huge. I think that might be a bit big. Let's see what we have here. Maybe if we pop the two. It doesn't like doing diagonal at all. It's in like that. How about that? And we're probably going to need something pretty small. How big will that be? I'll pop that there. It's not bad. I really love these pansies and the violas. But you can't change the colors, you get what you get. I think that'll work. And then we're going to need a carpet. Now with the carpet, because of all the darkness here, I'm thinking we go for a slightly lighter carpet, and maybe we try and go for this one. Not the color though. That will work. Actually, that will work quite nicely under the table there. And let's see what this looks like. Terrible. The white always comes through as a grey, so maybe that colour. Okay. Now, go with white. Yeah. Dang it. Let's see what that looks like. Very subtle shadows there. Not bad. The lines again do pick up from the chairs and everything else we have in the room. I'm in two minds, but I quite like it. So I'm going to keep it. Yes. And then this is going to be an office. I sort of get the idea that the person who's living here is a single or a couple who don't have kids yet. So I knew it was here somewhere. I'm thinking of a home office. Now, I'm thinking perhaps to go for these slightly more turquoise colors as opposed to the very blues here. So what we need to establish is, do we want the desk facing that way, or do we want the desk facing the wall? Should we have the desk facing the door? We have options. And that would work. I mean, that is really cool. Except that side of the desk is quite ugly. If we had the desk facing the window, that would be pretty cool. let's take it down to basics and work from there. If we maybe let's see what that looks like. Very, yeah, I don't know. Close the door. Too close to the floor color. Way too close to the floor color. Too yellow. Okay, we're gonna have to play, aren't we? I don't really like the wood grain that much with these. We're going to have to play with, perhaps give it a shiny, glossy feel and then take it down to where we're happy with it. Now, that's more the color that we're looking at. Match the floor. Too yellow. Ew. See, then it starts going pink. Oh, for the color wheel. I believe the color wheel is going to be real one day soon. They have apparently, I got a message to say that they are busy with something along those lines. So that's going to be interesting. They also say that custom pools are going to be a thing. So good luck to us. Okay, now for a, why am I doing that? For a wall treatment. Let's start with plain colors and work our way along. Now, as I say, I'm looking at that and I'm searching for a color that makes me happy. It's too intense. Why do I like the desaturated colors so much? I have no idea. Let's start with that on the wall and let's get a feel of it. That's not bad, actually. With the floor, that looks pretty good. You look at that. That is a very restful color. Then again, if you also look at the image that we've got here, see that the colors in there, this might be too, if we do that, then we have that sort of feel to it. We do want something darker, so we're going to have to maybe look at I don't know if I want to do let's see. I suppose we should put a light in here before I get excited, shouldn't we? All right, let's just throw that there and put a light in here. We will just use our favorite overhead light to start. There we go. Right, so it's either that option or we go with, how about we change this up? I would say look at the waves, but no, that just gives me the heebie-jeebies. And we used, oh wow, look at that. Look at that color changes as we run through here. That doesn't change much, but that did. Okay, if I wanted to do that, does that look? Ooh. It's pretty good. I like that. Let's do the windows. And then that's the burlap finish on the wall there. But again, this takes the color way down. Let's change that back, what we had, and see what it looks like. I like that. I don't know. Am I wrong to like that so much? I really like that. The only thing I would say is the curtains are going to be challenging, because do we even do curtains? Do we just do a blind? I don't suppose you want people looking in, and when the sun comes through there, you're going to want curtain. Alternatively, we can move the desk to a different wall. That works for me too. Do we just go with this beautiful dark color in the room? And then put in light wood. I think that would work. It would. Okay, what have I got here, and where is a small piece that I can pinch? I think that's the smallest piece I have. Let's put some of this in here, because that will match the floor. And we don't have to try and figure out what we've got here. So why am I moving that? Really? Better. Just to finish the room off. That works for me. And then we can probably put some nice luxurious curtains back here and a sofa, because who wouldn't want a sofa in their home office? Okay, I'm liking that. That sort of takes me to that color on the mood board that we're playing with, and it gives us a totally different feel to out here. Here it's very light and very airy, and if you go in here it's much deeper and cozier and darker. I like it. Let's do that. Alright, we're going to want curtains. We are probably going to want a number of do we go with the steel? I think so. Let's put them up. Wow, that's quite scary that they pretty much match. hate having precise placement on when I do this. Okay, let's put them there, and no, we're not keeping these curtains. First of all, let's move them, then we can resize them. Because I want a decent... I don't want them from the ceiling. Have to come down. I want some fullness to them. And that fullness works nicely. I like it. All right, let's resize. Okay, that works. And then because we are wanting that sort of lightness, do we go for white or do we go for ew? Oh dear. Yeah, that works. I really am looking forward to a color wheel. One day we will have a color wheel and we'll be so happy. The curtains are not 100% lined up, but they're not bad. All right, so in here, I'm thinking something really cozy and comfy. It will obviously depend on what size we can get in here. I don't want anything too, well, I wouldn't mind being able to lie down on a leather couch, but we do have a very fancy desk, so maybe we need a fancy-ish sofa. How big is that? And will it, yeah, it'll fit. Will the door open? That is the only, nope. Okay, so that's out. Okay. No. I like the basket weave. I'm not a huge fan of these shapes on the sides. It's just a personal preference. This I like. And it is smaller and the door will basically open. We just won't be able to have a nice afternoon nap. Which is, again, unfortunate. How big is that? That's not too bad. That's actually better. Are we blocking the door again? Whoa. We are missing the door by like a hair's breadth. So that works for me. And that, I think, works a bit better with the desk. Again, I'm in two minds with this desk. Yeah, I'm changing my mind, maybe. It just seems, why is there a dressing table in the desk section? That's literally the mirror that we've been given with the desk. Okay. See, it just, okay, bye-bye. Let's play with some other desks here. We do have options. We have a fairly modern one here, which will fit nicely. we also have, we have this option, which will also fit quite nicely. And we can change it. You could, we have this, but as you can see, it bumps up but connects poorly. So if we wanted to, we could probably use that. And then we have in fact, we've used them in the living room. Not that. Dang it. These, which is basically what you've got here. Sort of. It's got that sort of foot to it. Ah, that's what I was looking at there. It's unfortunate. We do have filing cabinets, but you know, who has filing cabinets in their home office anymore? Unless you're a lawyer or something. Isn't that like that? No. No. Would be nice to have drawers. But is it necessary? Probably not. Would be nice though to have some shelves. Alright, let's play with colors here now. We were using fabric on the walls. If we use the burlap there, it pops it down a notch. Which is quite interesting. Should we do a fluffy one? Actually quite like. Alright, I'll take that. The only question I have is, what are we going to do with this top? Should we bring in a wood? Should we do a custom stone on the top? And something like that. That actually works quite nicely because the dark driftwood, the weathered driftwood, has that sort of pink hue to it. can actually move closer. There we go. Okay, let us look at shelves. Now we've got some curvy shelves here. We've got that's more square. It's got a little bit of a kink to it. We've got these new display cabinets, but that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe we should do a few of these. Okay, so if we do the base in maybe a painted wood, that'll look pretty good. The question would be, do we put a TV on this wall? Because if we put a TV on this wall, we're not going to see this much. So it might be worthwhile to actually slide it out like that. That is huge. Maybe a smaller one? That is tiny. Maybe a mid-sized one? I don't know. Is that weird? Does that look weird? Or does that look good? Alright, I would like a computer in here. And I'm going literally for a white one. I always put it the wrong way around. And I'm not going to argue with it. It's upside down. Should we maybe use these on the side? Oh, you can see we are definitely not centered here. Better. It's quite fun. Let's find us a chair, shall we? I suppose we want quite a nice office chair. So it would be either this, that's got a lot of wood. But then again, maybe. It's quite cool. Then we've got lots of pictures. Now this is going to take a while, so bear with me here. Because I've got to access the photographs from my custom drive. Okay, let's just have a look through. You see, these ones will work now with the colors that we've got. That one, it's a little bit bright for me in this room. We do have a couple that we can get away with. For example, that would work. These two would work really nicely. That could work. But let's go to our pictures and have a look and see what we've got there. Aha, we are back. Now I've saved a couple of images. These are the water drops. That's our mood board. And for example, that is pretty. Let's go with this and see. It's not very big. It's very pretty, and it works really nicely with the colors here. It's not an ocean scene, but it's definitely got that feel of the water. And of course we've got the seashells. We wanted to do something like that. Maybe. And of course we've got something like that. Work on this wall. I've kept my favorites. I mean, I love these two as well. I think they're too pink. We also have these waters, but I think that will work really beautifully in the bedroom, behind the bed. So I'm going to be selfish and keep that. But we could possibly do something like this. Now that one's square. This one, that one that just jumped out of my hand isn't. Which is unfortunate. But, you know, that might work even better there. What am I doing? See, that is the same as that. That's the only unfortunate thing. So should we take that away completely and just use this one? Very bright white though. Okay. No. This one though, we can probably change it sideways. You can see they don't like being turned sideways, but it is what it is. There we go. I like that. And then this one can shrink down a little bit. We can think of what else to put on the wall by the desk. I really love that picture. Okay. What are we going to do here? Can we put on the wall? Do we go that route? No. No and no. Maybe? Here's our custom colors. Do we want to push our luck? Maybe. You. No. Okay. I failed. I don't like it. How about this? Sure. Let. Just okay. Got that hint of pink. I wouldn't mind a clock if I had to, but I would like to do that. Maybe we should do the bronze. Got that hint of pink in the room. Not too bad. Not quite the right pink though. It's more of that salmon pink. Yes, we're doing all the circles. Do we? That's a pure circle. This is an oval. Oh, why do we always have to have plastic? Can we not have? No. Don't want to go with the fish. Really don't want to go with the fish. I don't want to be that obvious. I would like a mirror. Can we do this in a different? Yes. Too much like each other. A little bit better. I'm going back up again. About this, just for the heck of it. That way. Bit of an eclectic mix in the office. And we can put some odds and ends on the shelves. It's gonna be fun. Just looking. Okay. What are we going to put on the shelves? I don't think we've used this little one, and I love this little one. Oh, so cute. Come on, you can stand on this shell. Yes. And now we look for stuff that's not too big, not too small. How big are you? Yeah, you fit. Maybe you glow a little bit, but that's fine. But we have an egg. Do we have options? No, we don't. Not really. I can keep it open that little box. That will fit. This one I'm not sure if it will fit, but let's try. Yep. Sort of. That's fine. I think this is quite tall, so let's pop it up top here. Oh, that blends so badly with the mirror, doesn't it? And yes, I'm going for the whale. Because I wouldn't want. Okay, I think we need some lights in here. Because so far, all we've got this big chunky thing. So let's take that one out and find us a light fitting. Light switch. Which light switch did I use? I think it was this one. No, it wasn't. It's okay. That one will actually fit in here quite nicely. And I would like a desk lamp. I really like this. It's like one unit, almost like a pottery light. What bulbs are we looking at here? Not like we're going to see it. Oh, that's unfortunate. It only comes in plastic. Well, you know, why? Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I didn't say okay. No. Dang it. cute, but once again, do we have option? Okay, so sort of like, okay, you can do it in this or you can do it in that. Okay. See what how big you are and what. Ew. No. No. I'm just sticking to this because I'm boring. I know. That will do. And then we can put some stuff over here. Let us find a small side table. I'm thinking of that immediately jumped out at me. So if we do the driftwood, you'll be pretty good in there. Although that top seems like float. Not a bad thing, unless we swap that around. It does sort of have the lines of the curtains, doesn't it? I get all excited about the new stuff until I have to play with the new stuff, and then I'm like, I really like these mushroom lamps. They are absolutely gorgeous. But they don't give us options. Dang it. As you can see, we get the base, which is fine, but this part cannot be changed. That's irritating. Fine. Find something here. That's what I finally chose for the living room. I like that, but I'm looking for sort of a statement of some description that I can pull down. Maybe that. Let's do the bronze. Okay, switch you on. How bright are you? Oops. Seriously? Not very bright. It's a little bit better. I like that. The only question would be, do I use an alternate light over here? Dang it. Where is those? Oh, those are wall lights. Got that. Yeah, no, that's yeah, maybe. How bright are you? Okay, I'm walking away from the light fittings right now. I would like to put a carpet on the floor. And I'm going to, let's see, maybe a pattern. See, that would work nicely. That's what we've got on the cushions and that in the living room. I don't know if that will work here. That's the new pattern. That's the, maybe that would work, but it's only a 2-color pattern. What happens if we go with those 2 colors? It's not too bad. I'll come back to the light. I'm just irritated with the lights right now. I would like to put a plant here though, because you know me, gotta have a plant. And I think I'm going to stay with the theme of the what am I doing? Oh, that was it. Of the bulrushes, but I don't know if they're going to fit behind this light here. Okay, I'm still unhappy with everything, but no, I am unhappy with certain things in here, but I do know I'd like to put an ottoman down over here perhaps. If you do want to just kick back and put your feet up, you can. Or alternatively, if there's someone coming in, you've got some extra seating. I like that. I'm not completely happy with the whole room. I'm certainly not happy with the lighting, but I'm going to step away from it now and we can come back to it. But from in here, it looks pretty good. It's got the same feel carried through, just on a sort of slightly different color. So I'm going to say that's it for today. Look at this. I have not placed the tray in the center of the table as usual. I tried. I tried. So I'm going to leave it here. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with my color choices? What am I missing from the office? What do you think of everything else? And we are going to finish this unit, and because the fire and the air didn't get much love, I'm tempted to build this up. So there's 4 units in this build, and I will furnish the air and the fire, and you guys can tell me what you think of that. What do you think of that idea? I'll take you through the build of the earth across the way, but we have, if we go out here, you'll see I've actually laid out for another 2 units upstairs. So if we do the water, earth, fire and air, I think this would be quite a cool complex. Let me know what you think about that idea. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've got this far, please subscribe. Hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.